Confiscate the money. That girl is a real proud small world, all her friends know me.
So we are back at the brand new episode of Cincinnati Stingers MyLEAGUE here in NBA 2K17. The last episode in another season of the Stingers franchise. We had a pretty easy season, I guess you could say, on terms of our franchise rebuilding itself after the dynasty. So obviously last season's Nick Cheeks and Nick Cheeks retired last year, and Shane Wheeler retired the year before, so two key members of our Dynasty Championship run of like 7 years in a row, plus we got 11 championship titles throughout that huge Dynasty period, but both players gone now from the organization, both retired, both numbers both hung up in the rafters, but now it might be time for another franchise, I guess, small forward in Francis Jenkins to lead the game once again. So another key member of our franchise might be gone this season after he retires. But that's a roster after the season, after the offseason last year. We have a pretty good roster. I guess 2 74s though at point guard and shooting guard. Not the greatest. I guess there's 75s now. They got a little bit better, but one of them is very good at assists though. I know for sure that I believe that Ireland is very good at assists, but right now we start off 12-3 right now, second in the Eastern Conference. The Celtics are very good this season, so to really watch for them this season to go and maybe take over the Eastern Conference and maybe win it this year. I have no idea why they couldn't, but 25-11 right now. We're doing okay, I guess. Not the greatest when it comes to our past few seasons, but right now we're just trying to go just basically make the playoffs and try and go on one last championship run with our man Francis Jenkins. But 43-13, big winning streak right there to go and bolster us to 43-13 at the end of the All-Star break. We go re-sign Chris Mayo to a new contract, and we're going to go and look at the awards, I guess, for the season. So far, Fred Aller's #1 in 6th Man of the Year award, so maybe he can get his another 6th Man of the Year award. Craig Lawson DPOY right now, so it's pretty cool to see that. But when it comes to All-Stars, though, we do have Chris Mayo, and we do have Craig Lawson on there for All-Stars. Nobody else, though, so Craig Lawson and Chris Mayo. Chris Mayo obviously got re-signed this year, so Craig Lawson is still killing though. 95 overall. He's the best center in the game, obviously. One of the best. I think he is the best player in the league right now too when it comes to overalls. But going to the next half of the season, just trying to go and coast to another great record and lead the Eastern Conference in wins. So maybe be first seed in the East. We already clinched the playoffs, so I mean it's not that hard to do that right now, as we're 60-18, 62-18, and we finished 63-19 on the season. Bradley Beal Jr. MVP once again. Peter Andrews 6th Man of the Year. Craig Lawson DPOY once again, averaging a double-double, 18.1 and 11.8 rebounds per game. So just killing it so far. 3 DPOYs and like 4 or 5 years of his career. So it's crazy to see that from Craig Lawson after all those retirements. But when it comes to All-NBA teams, no Craig Lawson All-NBA first team. We do have him and Chris Mayo on the All-NBA third team side by side. So it's pretty cool to see that. All defensive first team, we have Cody Kerr and Craig Lawson are power forward and center combo right there at a defensive team. So it's nice to see that. We are facing the Atlanta Hawks in the first round. Obviously, you finished first in the East. So we're facing the 8th seed. They have a number of injuries. We do have 2 injuries that are pretty major, I guess. We take a 1-0 lead though in the playoffs after this huge W. 30-11 for Lawson. A double-double there. Same with Chris Mayo on there when it comes to that. But going into Game 2, we win Game 2 against Atlanta. Go up 2-0 here in the series. Mayo 38-10. Lawson 25-12. So both just great players though. I like how they're going and playing very well side by side. But now Game 3, we win Game 3, go up 3-0 here in this series in the quarterfinals. Lawson 37-18, Mayo 28-10, and Cody Kerr 22-13. So those 3, I'd say that the big 3 right now on the team, obviously, just based on how well they're playing right now. But Game 4, I'm gonna sim this one. And we do sweep the Atlanta Hawks in 4 games, 133-99 final as we win this one. So moving on to the semifinals here again, as Ireland puts up 21 assists in that game. So Ireland is such a great underrated point guard. I love having him on this team, especially at his price tag too. He's making league minimum, so gotta love that. So the team we're facing now is the Milwaukee Bucks. The Bucks 89 overall, Parks at shooting guard. That's probably their best position right there, as we have a terrible shooting guard right now. But we have 1 injury, they have none going into this playoff series. We take a 1-0 lead though in Game 1. Mayo 46 points, 14 rebounds, killer game from him, and Lawson putting up a double-double there as well. So we take a 1-0 lead here. Now Game 2, they win Game 2 to make it a 1-1 series here. A 2-point W from them, a very close game. But other than that, Parks played well for them. Obviously, you know Parks is going to play well. He has a major advantage over us at shooting guard. But next game, we take this one to go up, I believe, 2-1 here in the series. 141-105 win for us in that game. But Game 4, we take Game 4 to go up 3-1 here against the Bucks. Parks, great game from him. But other than that, our teamwork 27-11 from Lawson, just killing it right now on the boards. But we win Game 5 to go up, make this a series, and we are moving on to the ECF. 132-99 win for us in Game 5 as we move on to the ECF once again. So Ireland, another number of assists in that game, as we're now facing, I believe, the Boston Celtics. The Celtics, we've had trouble with them in the past. We lost them last year in, I believe, the ECF again. So they're a pretty tricky team to face, but I mean, we can do it though. Our team is good enough to go and win. We do have Chris Miller day to day though, the pinch nerve in the back. We take a 1-0 lead though here in this series. A 5-point win for us in game 1, but Mayo 32 points on that one. Killer game from him, as we expect a huge game from him. Game 2 though, we take game 2 to go up 2-0 here against Boston Celtics. Lawson 12 and 17 on that one for a double-double, and so on. So Mike Conley Jr. though, 17 minutes, 4 points in that game. We're really limiting him off the bench, and we take a 3-0 series lead here after game 3. So we are just basically playing killer defense on Conley Jr. as Mayo 33 and 10 as they're going into game 4, trying to go and sweep the Boston Celtics to move on to the NBA Finals. And we do 107-98 final. We're moving on to the NBA Finals without Nick Cheeks and Shane Wheeler. So we're doing it all for Francis Jenkins, trying to get him a championship in his last year. I believe he can do it though against these LA Lakers. The Lakers, oh no, they have a 92 overall point guard, 86 shooting guard. The two positions we're terrible at though. The two weak disadvantages, they have a huge advantage in. I don't know if we could do it. Game 1, they win game 1 big, 139-117 final in that game 1. As we lose this one, 45 points from their point guard. It was 92 overall against their 76 overall point guard. They win game 2, 148-139 final. A close game, but we still lose that one due to guess who? I guess it's Thuis. I don't know how to say that, but he is killer right now as they take game 3, 123-118 final. As again, Mayo puts up a great game, but other than that, their team is just too good though at point guard. Their point guard is amazing. He's killing us. Game 4. And we are going to go and check out and get swept in the NBA Finals. 132-119 final as they sweep us in the NBA Finals in 4 games to win the NBA Championship. So we lose in Francis Jenkins' last year of his career, I believe, because he's like 35 years old. His overall is going down. It's pretty much expected for him to retire. But we get swept just based on the major disadvantage at point guard. We need to go and do something at point guard, like at least something. Maybe Ireland will get good. I kind of want to work with Ireland just based on his price tag, but going into player retirements, we do have Francis Jenkins expected to lead the game. 17 years in the league, 17 with the Cincinnati Stingers. We drafted him first overall, the LA Clippers first round pick. So I mean, it was I had no idea we even get him in the draft. I was so happy when he drafted him, and he was a great part of our championship run as he won so many 6 Man of the Year awards and played great off the bench. Even though he was like a 90 overall, he played off the bench willingly to go and get this team W's. 24,831 points, 6,500 rebounds, and obviously 5,900 assists. So great career for Francis Jenkins. Number 6 will obviously be held in the rafters because he's an NBA Hall of Famer, practically first overall pick. He panned out fantastically for the organization, played very well as a role with just backup small forward off the bench. So he obviously won, I believe, a career high, or almost a franchise record, not even a franchise record, NBA record, 11 titles, tied with Nick Cheeks and Shane Wheeler for a single player. So there's his badges, not too bad there. 11-time NBA champ, 9-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA third team, 3-time 6 Man of the Year award, obviously a Rookie of the Year honors in his first year. So I guess a great career by Francis Jenkins, one of the greatest Stingers of all time. Up there, Shane Wheeler and Nick Cheeks. But going on to the rest of retirements, we have a few guys. I guess we have Harvey Bosch, another key member of coming off the bench for our dynasty, obviously back in the day. So Harvey Bosch, great player. I liked when I acquired him in the free agency, but 7-time champ. That's all he left in the game. He was a free agent when he went and retired. So rest of retirements, we have nobody big, but we do have a big amount of staff retirements, though, tons on here, as we have no Stingers, though, so it looks like Kevin McHale will be sticking around. Honestly, I have no idea when Kevin McHale will retire, but hopefully we can go and put a former player in at head coach once he does retire, though. So going into Hall of Fame inductees, we do have our man Francis Jenkins is a Hall of Famer in 2040, 1,294 games played, 19.2 points per game, 5.1 rebounds, 4.6 assists, 1.3 steals in that stats category. So jersey retirements, it's pretty much expected right now who's going to get held up in the rafters, and his name is Francis Jenkins. So Francis Jenkins, number 6, is now not to be weared by anybody else in franchise history, as he's the one of 3 jersey retirements by us when it comes to Nick Cheeks, Shane Wheeler, and Francis Jenkins. So 1, 4, and 6 will never be worn by any other Stinger in franchise history. So going into league meetings, no new rules approved for the league, so it's pretty cool to see that, because I don't want new rules. But going into draft lottery, we do have the 16th odds with Washington's first round pick, but we go and take, I believe, 16th though, so I guess not to have a draft pick there. Maybe draft somebody good to go and build him up to be another great player off the bench. But going to this draft, I have no idea what we're doing. It's a 2040 NBA draft. Let's get right into this.
With the first pick in the NBA draft, the Portland Trailblazers select Carlton Jenkins from Butler University. With the second pick in the NBA draft, the San Antonio Spurs select the 21-year-old center from Indiana University. With the third pick in the NBA draft, the Dallas Mavericks select the 19-year-old power forward from University of Colorado. We have a trade to announce. With the fourth pick in the NBA draft, the Boston Celtics select Norm Valentine from the University of Arizona. Pick in the NBA draft, the 20-year-old power forward from Georgia Southern University. We have a trade to announce. With the sixth pick in the NBA draft, the Oklahoma City Thunder select Eric Woods from North Carolina State University. We have a trade to announce. Seventh pick in the NBA draft, the New York Knicks select Cam Grant from the University of Memphis. The 26th pick in the NBA draft, the 20-year-old power forward from Marquette University. The 30th pick in the NBA draft, Randolph Robertson.
So our draft, I loved our draft plan. We did end up picking a guy, I believe 6th overall or 5th overall, in Thon Reed. And Thon Reed, a special player, 6'9", power forward, 20 years old. He's 76 overall, great draft pick by us, and a key member in our future as a Stinger. So when it comes to other draft picks, we do have, I believe, Cleanthony Mills, not too bad of a draft pick there. And we do have, I believe, Robertson. So those guys, I don't know what they'll do. I'll uproll their play on the team, but I know Thon Reed will be a major contributor off the bench next season. But Max Slaughter will prove his option there. As going into the options for the league, nobody knew there, obviously. Nobody good. Qualifying offers, nothing there. Free agents, Derek Favors Jr. is a free agent, plus you have Tommy Cheeks. But going into the free agency, we do have a few big guys like Black, but other than that, really not much of a good free agency. More of a depth kind of signings here. We signed Mac. We do have signed Simon, Favors Jr., Rivers, and that one center, I can't pronounce his name. So when it comes to the Hoop Summit, though, we do have Farley, who is going first overall, predicting 18 years old, straight out of high school, 80 overall. Just love that overall when it comes to coming out of high school. So next Kobe, I have no idea if it'll be the next Kobe or not, or even the next LeBron. But going into the next, a few guys, nobody there. As this is our team for next season, Ireland jumped up to a 77 overall. I like your team, but anyway, I guess let's zip it off here. Make sure to look at the show for more Stingers. For Andrew Simone, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.